Okay, Austin from Ghana says, "There, Brian, I work in a company I cannot disclose. Okay, my boss is lazy. She makes us do all the work and then blames us when things do not go well. What do I do?" Now, the fact that your boss makes you do what you think is all the work doesn't necessarily mean that your boss is lazy, because I can tell you that a lot of times employees do not really have a full understanding of what is done in a company until you sit on that seat as the boss, before you begin to have an understanding of the many other things that you as an employee you don't even know about that get done. So that the fact that you think you do all the work doesn't necessarily mean that your boss is lazy. Now, another perspective is a lazy boss that is smart enough to hire you has done something correct. So you are a helper, all right? You don't delegate up. You are a helper, all right? You're supposed to help your boss get things done. So if your boss is unable to get things done, that's exactly why you were hired in the first place. All right. Now, relax. Say, Brian, you're taking the side of the boss. No, I'm answering the question. All right. And I'm giving you several sides to it. Um, Now, the boss blaming you for when things don't go well, uh, that could be uh, uh, a lack of leadership on the part of the boss, because ideally there should be a reason or a person who was responsible for an outcome, and when that outcome is not achieved, we don't generalize the blame. We try to identify what that outcome was and who that person was, and try to help that person fix it if it's fixable. So for your boss blaming you, um but why are things not going well in the first place? See, why are things not going well in the first place? If you have questions as to your role and how you can improve your role, you can ask your boss. Okay, so things should go well when you're there. So say, I don't have such powers. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Things should go well when you're there. And a lot of times there is this gulf of communication between the boss and the employees. Sometimes the bosses are difficult to talk to. They have a personality problem. Sometimes the employees are difficult to communicate with because they have dependency, do it for me, I came to work, I came to earn my money problem. Sometimes it's just communications just not, this one is not understanding this one not understanding this one, and that could happen in a company. What I could tell you is this: you don't want to ever be part of a company that is doing poorly, even though you're doing your best. All right, you may be doing your very best in a company, and the company is just doing poorly because you are one person and there's only so much you can do. So if you find yourself in that kind of situation, my advice to you is you've got to find your way out of that company to another place where people are very serious about making a difference, or very serious about doing whatever it is the company is all about. People are serious about the work. Okay, so you have that responsibility to go ahead and find a better place. But as long as you are in this company under this boss, you may be you may be in error if you say your boss is the problem. No, you are responsible. You are as long as you are in this company under this boss, you are responsible. If you need your boss to do something, your boss is not able to do it, can you make the work easier for your boss? All right. If maybe you need your boss to write a letter, I know a company, they needed their boss to write a letter and the letter just wouldn't come out because the boss wouldn't get around to writing the letter. Fine. Have you written the letter and shown your boss? Have you tried to understand in the most diplomatic and respectful way why maybe you've written a letter and it has not been sent out? How can I help? So when you push yourself as a helper, yes, some other employees say, what's wrong with this one? Just trying to suck up to the boss. Yes, you have your own destination. I have my own destination. If I'm in this place, it cannot fail. So I'm going to do my very best. I'm going to do my very best. And I'm going to remove the idea in my head that the boss is lazy. Because it shows it's a sign of irresponsibility. When things are not going well in the place where you are, and you are a responsible adult. You're supposed to be a contributor to ensure that things go well, and things are not going well, and then you're pointing and say, it's my boss. My boss is lazy. Your boss is lazy, okay. They employed you, all right, to make a difference. So that's what you do. Either you look for a way to leave the company, leave the boss, and go somewhere else. But if you're there, you need to take that idea out of your head that your boss is lazy and do your very best to ensure that things do not spoil. Okay?